You're listening to the Small Business Talk podcast with Cathy Smith, episode 52.
Small Business Talk is a podcast for business owners and entrepreneurs who want a better way to run their businesses without spending years doing it the hard way. Small Business Talk is hosted by Cathy Smith, who has run the same marketing agency for more than 17 years and helped hundreds of business owners achieve their marketing goals.
Hey, I'm so glad you could join us. Does your business play by the rules? Rules are meant to be broken is a very old saying, but is it a good practice to live by? There are rules and rules. Some rules should never be broken. They are rules that keep us safe and the world in order. Like road rules. Imagine what would happen if everybody suddenly stopped obeying the road rules. It would be a disaster. Unfortunately, when some people do stop obeying the road rules, especially when it's sticking to the speed limits, they can often have accidents with disastrous consequences, and unfortunately, people end up being killed. Does your business play by the rules? There are some rules that your business should follow, and there are some rules that can be bent or broken, and others that you can reassess, look at, and even change completely. Think about the accounting rule. Sales minus expenses equals profit. This has been done forever, and it's so ingrained that it has become a rule. For some businesses, following this rule means that they will never make a profit, or their profit is very small. Mike Michalowicz from Profit First said it's enough is enough and has turned this rule on its head. Mike said, why not try profit plus expenses equals sales? It's a very similar equation, yet it is a very big mind shift that has allowed a lot of these small businesses to now become profitable. Thinking about the profit that you want to make, then the costs that are involved in making that profit, and then looking at how much sales, how many sales dollars you need to bring in each week, each month, each year to create that profit. It's a small shift, but a very large one. Breaking the rules. Breaking some rules is okay. Some rules are meant to be bent or broken, and they might just be industry rules. Everyone in your industry does it a certain way, but does that mean you have to? Great innovations have come from business owners bucking the system and not following their industry rules, like Netflix changing the way we buy our movies and TV series, Spotify changing the way we listen to music, and Amazon changing the way we buy our products. They all broke the industry rule of the time. What rule does your business follow just because it has always been done that way? That's a good question to ask yourself. Ask yourself why you do things the way you do in your business. Is there a better, cheaper, or smarter way of doing it? With everyone becoming aware of the harmful effects of waste plastic that is in the world now, the takeaway or take-out industry has really changed. Suppliers are now changing their rules for the better and introducing more environmentally friendly packaging, containers, and reuse practices. A few years ago, this would have been unheard of and definitely against the rules. Sometimes you need to redefine the rules. Sometimes you just need to look at it, your industry rules, and the way things are done. The inventor of Velcro took his idea from nature when he saw a bird being caught up in animal fur. He saw a way that a non-sticky application could be used to hold things together and then be pulled apart, broken or unstuck, and then reapplied over and over. outside your industry and see what rules or common practices that they are using and whether you could apply it to your business or industry to make you stand out above the crowd. And remember, your customers might not know of your internal industry rules. What you might think is commonplace may be totally unknown to your customers. In the web design industry, we often have a lot of issues with customers supplying photos or images and now videos that they often don't have the right to use. They don't own the copyright or have permission to use it. We just got it from the internet, they say, or downloaded them from Google. What they don't realise is this is breaking copyright laws, and they can be charged for it, and often these charges are very hefty fines. Remember to clearly define your rules so everybody knows where you stand, even if they are common in your industry. Now, there are some rules that you should never break. These rules are generally laws, law of your country, and now that things are so global, you need to be aware of laws in other countries as well. Things like copyright, as we've just discussed, tax laws, employment laws, human rights laws, that sort of thing. They're the kind of laws that should never be broken. Can breaking the rules benefit your business? Sometimes breaking the rules can benefit your business, as we've talked about a few examples already in this podcast. Picasso said, "Learn the rules like a pro so that you can break them like an artist." You need to know the rules, the foundations of your business, and then you can reinvent them if you need to. Without rule breakers, we would never have had a round wheel, or Uber either for that matter. There's lots of famous rule breakers, and I'll just tell you about a few. Drew Houston from Dropbox, Blake Muscovy from Tom's Shoes, Mark Zuckerberg from Facebook, and Elon Musk from PayPal. Drew Houston sold Dropbox, the product, via a 3-minute video to get proof of concept before he'd even built a single thing. At the time, syncing files to a cloud platform was very difficult and technically challenging. Drew wanted to make sure that people actually wanted his product before committing money to creating it. And as we know, it turned out wonderfully. Blake Muscovy started his business in his apartment with a 1-to-1 model. You buy one pair of shoes and he will help one child in need with a pair of shoes. This wonderful initiative started after he visited Argentina, where he saw the hardships of children growing up without shoes. And by doing this simple act, it went on to make Blake's business very successful. And now he's taken that same concept into other areas. Mark Zuckerberg is obviously legendary for Facebook, but he's also legendary for rejecting over-advertising and joint venture capital to grow it. Although some would say the advertising is definitely crept up a little too much these days. Elon Musk founded a company called X.com, which later changed its name to PayPal before it was bought by eBay. After succeeding in the finance venture, Elon turned his back to it completely and went in a different direction with SpaceX and his electric car company, Tesla. So rule breaking can be very good for your business, but not always. So assess the risk before you jump in and completely set your business on a crazy collision course with rule breaking. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Well, that will never allow you to innovate or move with the times. Just ask Blockbuster, Kodak, Polaroid, Pan Am, and all those other companies that are no longer here. Should your business break rules? Well, as normal, that depends. Whether your business will be better or worse by breaking rules is only a question that you can answer. Remember to do your research, assess the risk before making your decision, and keep a very good eye on market trends and tactics from other industries that you may be able to adapt for your industry. But don't get stuck in analysis paralysis. No decision is still a decision and not always the best way to go. Assess your situation, make a decision, and then back yourself. Business is hard, rewarding, and one hell of a ride, so hang on and go for it. Next week, our special guest will be discussing how small businesses can get what they want by asking for it. So hope to see you then. Thanks for listening. Bye. Don't forget to subscribe to Small Business Talk podcast and head on over to smallbusinesstalk.com.au/downloads for all the show notes and links to this episode. Remember, to be great, you must start. Pick one tip from today's episode, take action and implement it. Let's meet again next week at the same time and place. Until then, take action. And SBT community, enjoy your journey.